For Love of Sunny, an original story by Vivian van de Velde. Once upon a time, when dragons and trolls roamed the earth, the king of a small country on an island now known as Ireland invited the royalty from neighboring kingdoms to a ball at his palace. Two of the people who met at the ball were Princess Megan and Prince Sean, who was called Sunny because of his cheerful smile. Before the ball had ended, the two had fallen in love. But when Sunny brought the princess home to meet his mother, things didn't go well. "This is Princess Megan," Sunny started. "Her parents are—" "I passed through her parents' land last year," the queen said. "A nasty little kingdom whose most interesting inhabitants are the reindeer. Her parents keep pigs in their living room, you know." Megan forced herself to smile politely. She explained, "We let the pigs inside when it was cold so they wouldn't freeze to death." A bit peeved, she added, "They didn't stay in the living room, you know." Sunny shrugged. "Anyway, we want to get married." "Fine," his mother said, "as soon as she passes the tests." "What tests?" the princess asked somewhat warily. "You have to kill the giant troll that lives in the valley and the dragon that lives on the mountain. And then, let's see, you have to answer 3 questions. "But that's not fair," Megan cried. "I've never heard of a princess having to win the hand of a prince." "We have the rule," the queen purred, "to make sure our prince marries someone worthy of him." "Wait a minute," Sunny said. "I don't remember hearing about this rule last year when you wanted me to marry the royal chancellor's daughter." "This rule applies only to foreign-born princesses," the queen smiled. "Good day." Megan waited until the queen left, then said, "What kind of questions, I wonder? I'm not good at riddles, and I'm even worse at history. I don't mind doing all the dangerous stuff, but I'd hate to do it only to fall on my face over who discovered what when." "Don't be silly," Sunny said. "You can't go running all over the countryside killing dragons and trolls." "We'll never see each other again if I don't," she reasoned. "Could you be happy with the chancellor's daughter?" Sunny sighed. "She's nice enough, but I'll never love her as much as I love you." "Well then, I'm on my way," Megan said, showing more confidence than she felt. It was almost midnight when halfway up the mountain Megan came face to face with the dragon. "Hello," she said. "How are you feeling?" The dragon, who was used to knights sneaking up the back way, was a bit startled to find someone walking up the main road, even if that person was female, unarmored, and out of breath from the climb. "What?" he asked, scrambling to his feet. "Oh dear," she said. She spread her cloak on a rock and from her pockets took out a piece of parchment, a quill pen, and a bottle of ink. "Hard of hearing," she murmured, while writing, tipping the paper to catch the moonlight. "I said," she repeated more loudly and distinctly, "how are you feeling?" "No need to shout," the dragon answered. "I'm feeling all right. What's it to you?" "Feeling all right," Megan said, scribbling away. "No problems with your joints stiffening or anything?" "No, why?" She didn't reply, being too busy writing down his answer. "I can't help noticing you're a bit overweight," she commented. "That doesn't affect your flying, does it?" "Listen, little girl, you're treading on dangerous ground." She started writing again. "Seems to have a touchy temperament," she read aloud. "What are you doing?" the dragon screamed at her. Megan looked up, surprised. "I'm taking notes on your physical condition." "But why?" asked the dragon. "To know whom to bet on for the fight," she answered. "Huh?" the dragon asked. "What fight?" "With the giant troll," she replied. "Now why would I want to fight the troll?" the dragon wondered aloud. "Because he's telling everyone you've been sitting here for too long. These are his words. On your fat behind, and he's going to come up here and take all your gold away from you." The dragon hissed. "Let him try," he warned, smoke pouring out between his clenched teeth. Megan pointed down the snowy mountain slope. The giant troll was pushing a huge empty wheelbarrow up the mountain path, stopping periodically to scratch his belly and yawn. Earlier that evening, just as the sun had disappeared over the edge of the world, Megan had awakened the troll from a peaceful sleep by sitting outside his cave and crying loudly. "Shut up, or I'll come out and eat you," he had shouted from his bed. Trolls sleep during the day and are awake at night, but this was much earlier in the night than the troll was used to waking up. Encouraged, Megan cried even louder. "What is the matter with you?" he warned. "Don't you know that I eat people for dinner?" "Oh, what difference does it make?" the girl wailed. "My brothers have killed each other fighting over the dragon's gold." "Killed each other, eh?" the troll chuckled. "And what was the dragon doing during the fight?" "He was just lying there dead." "Dead?" The troll was suddenly very interested. "Oh, woe is me. All that gold, more than enough for the 2 of them, and now they're dead." "The gold?" the troll called. "Is it still there?" But Megan didn't answer. She hid behind a tree and pretended she had run away. Then she watched as the troll stopped only long enough to eat a couple of sheep and to dig his wheelbarrow out from under a pile of unwashed laundry. When he looked ready to start up the mountain to loot the dragon's den, Megan ran ahead of him. Now, nothing could have surprised the troll more than seeing the supposedly dead dragon running full speed down the mountain straight at him. Hey, the troll yelled. The dragon's claws reached out to crush his throat. The troll picked up his wheelbarrow and brought it down on the dragon's head. The dragon turned around and used his spiked tail to knock over the troll. On his way to the ground, and it was a long way for a giant troll, he pulled up a tree and jabbed the dragon in the stomach. The dragon set the tree on fire with a blast of flame, but then got lost in the smoke. The troll took a running start toward where the smoke was thickest and bowled into the dragon. Megan watched the two of them tumble over the edge of a cliff. I'm ready for the questions now, Megan said to the queen. The royal chancellor stood near the throne, while Sunny sat in his ceremonial chair, smiling confidently. The queen signaled the chancellor to step forward. He still hoped his daughter would be the one to marry Sunny, and had stayed up all night helping the queen think of impossible questions. Sunny threw kisses across the room to Megan, who winked at him. The chancellor cleared his throat, and the royal trumpeter played his official fanfare. Suddenly Megan screamed, making the same sound peasants used to call the pigs. Suey! Pig, 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 pig! Then she dropped down to her hands and knees and made grunting noises, all the while nipping at the chancellor's ankles. The queen stood up with her mouth hanging open. What's the matter with you? The chancellor cried. Megan jumped up. Absolutely nothing, she answered. Second question. What? He yelped. I said absolutely nothing. Third question. Wait a minute, those weren't the questions. You didn't really think those were the questions, did you? Of course, Megan snapped before the queen could say anything. My, those were 3 easy questions after all. Sunny, who had blown a kiss after every answer, motioned the trumpeter to do another fanfare, then leapt to Megan's side and kissed her. My hero, he whispered. The queen stamped her foot. You horrible girl, she screamed. You know we have a rule in my country, Megan said. Anyone who is rude to the bride doesn't get an invitation to the wedding. The queen threw her crown to the floor and wailed. Oh, what's to become of us? That's a 4th question, but I'll answer it anyway, Megan said. We'll probably all live happily ever after. And she was right, for the queen calmed down and was invited to the wedding after all. The royal chancellor's daughter ran off with a juggler from the circus, and Sunny and Megan ruled together for many peaceful years.